So without further ado, let's kind of hop into things and let's start talking about thinking in 3D. Now, here we have something that this is what we typically get, a plan view of a layout. And think about this, the ability to take a 2D drawing like you're looking at here with a top or a plan view, a side view, a front view, a back view, that kind of thing, and then visualize the drawings coming together into that 3D representation. Now that is a skill that can be developed through practice. It also allows you to understand the system that you're going to draw in DuckQuote from a placement point of view, how things will relate to each other in 3D space. Now, as I said, we have here our plan view of a layout. And this is very often the only view that people provide or even look at, really. But this doesn't give us things like heights and elevations, etc. And some parts of the system may actually be hidden from you. Now, I want you to look at this plan view and think, what missing information might we have? And how would we find it? So let's take a look at next is this same system, but let's take a look at the back view. All right, so this is from the back of the system, and we can see that sure enough, we had at least 2 drops here that were hidden. In fact, the drop here was hidden as well. But I'm going to challenge you to think. This view is giving us some additional information, but not everything that we need. So I want you to think for a moment, looking at this, remembering the plan view. And if we were to look at this, say from the left, what that might look like. So if we come in and take a look at the left side, now we start to see details that were never before visible. And even in this view, some things get hidden. For instance, we don't really get a good view of what that drop looks like. We had a better view from the back of that one. And so I'm going to ask, we've had a back and we've had a left. Now, is what you're looking at now what you imagined, right? Now take a moment and review the plan view, then the back view. We're going to walk through them again. Plan view. Remember the back view. And now we come back to this left view. Okay. Are you beginning to see how these different views come together into one three-dimensional systems, how they connect, how they represent different pieces of information about the actual three-dimensional system? One more time, let's go back to the plan view, back from here to the back view, and then again, the left view. So looking at those, thinking about them, I want you to imagine what this system might look like from the front. Think of it as being opposite from the back view. So here's the back view again. The opposite of this, imagine it in your mind. And here's our front view. Again, there's some information here that we didn't have in the back view, but there's information from the side views that isn't really well represented here, and vice versa. So again, this is our front view. This is our back view, okay? Notice that one of the things that's an issue is that a lot of times in drawings, you have objects that block views of parts of the ducting system. So that's the back. We go to the front view. You can see now that we can see those parts that were hidden, but the duct itself can even hide some things. So in this area here, if we were to go back to the left view, we get a much better view of what that looks like coming into that collector. All right. So now that we are looking again at the left view, I want you to, in your mind, imagine and think, what would this look like from the right view? And there's our right view. And once again, this shows information here and here that the left view hid from us, but there's information hidden by the body of the collector about that drop, as well as the body of this edge bander about this drop to the edge bander. So once again, all of these views you have to be able to take a look at in your mind and then kind of compile them, if you will, and give yourself this. So let's go ahead and open it up and take a look. And I think you'll recognize that what we have here is the system that we have been looking at. I'm going to turn off a few things just so that things look a bit more normal, but this is our system. And being able to take all of those views and interpret them allows us to put this together. Okay? And again, the skill that you're trying to develop is to be able to, in your mind, take something like this plan view and turn it into a front view, a right view, a left view, a back view, all right? Or vice versa, to take those views and bring it to what it is that we create in duck quote, the 3D view.